Okay, good morning guys, happy Sunday. Welcome to your Sunday morning Yoga Every Hour flow. My name is Emma or Strong Yogi, welcome. Good morning. We're going to be running through about a 45-minute, 1 hour Vinyasa flow today. So it's all about connecting the breath with our movements. So we're going to do some sun salutations and some stretches, and we're just going to build up some energy and work the whole body. If you have got any injuries or any tightness or tension in your body, just be mindful of that. If you need to rest at any point, just come out of any pose that you might be finding difficult. Your resting poses specifically are your child's pose and your downward facing dog. So from your tabletop position where your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips, your child's pose, you're just going to sink your hips backwards onto your heels and rest your forehead onto the mat. You can keep your arms out extended or you can place them to your side. And then your downward facing dog, so this one from your tabletop position, you're going to tuck your toes under and you're just going to lift your hips to the sky. So the hands and the feet stay exactly where they are. You're lifting the hips, melting the chest downwards and gazing towards your belly button. So those are your two resting poses. But by all means, if you want to just lie down or sit down or take any other pose you like, then please do so. It's your practice. It's your time. So make it what you want it to be. I'm not going to be playing any music in the background of this flow, so if you want to pop your own music on, then please feel free to do so now. And let's get started. So we're just going to start in a nice comfortable seat. So cross those legs if that's accessible to you. If you struggle to cross your legs, if your knees are sort of like up here or anything, if you have a block or like a book or something, some pillows you can sit on, then that will make it a little bit easier for you. Perfect. So as we take a nice deep inhale, we're just going to push the shoulders back and lengthen through the spine. So you push the chest forwards. And then as you exhale, just gently bow the chin towards the chest and close the eyes. So you're creating length in our spine, in our body, bringing space and awareness. And you can either keep your hands where they are, that might be on your knees, or maybe you want to bring your right hand to heart center and just place the left hand on top of the right. Or maybe you want to take your Namaste Mudra, bring those hands together in prayer position, push those thumbs into the sun and into the heart center. And if your hands are at your heart center, just feel the chest rise and fall with your breath. Just taking your own natural breathing pattern to begin with here. And just bringing focus onto that breath right now. So just noticing how it feels. And don't try and change it. And then just bringing some focus and attention to your body. Noticing how you feel, noticing any areas of maybe pain or tension. And just using your breath to let any areas of tension go. Just fully relax into your practice. And be in the present moment. Nothing else matters but you on your mat. And just bring your attention to your thoughts. Any thoughts that are running through your mind right now, just acknowledge them. And just for now, just let them go. They'll come back later. But for now, just be still, just be present. And from here, we're going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And a nice complete exhale. And again, take a nice deep inhale through the nose, sending the breath to any areas of tension you're holding. And exhale, release, let it go. And one more nice big in-breath. And as you exhale, just letting go of anything that no longer serves you the day thus far. Drop those hands down to the knees if they're not already there. And just lift the head. You can gently blink the eyes open or you can keep them closed. As we inhale, we're going to lift those shoulders up to our ears. And then exhale with a nice big sigh, drop the shoulders down. And again, inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale with a nice big sigh, release. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And one more time, this time inhale, lift the shoulders. We're going to hold here for 5. Think of something that you want to let go of. 4, maybe a negative thought or emotion. 3, 2, and with a nice big sigh, 1, exhale, drop the shoulders. Let that negative thought, feeling, emotion go. From here, inhale, raise the hands to the sky as you reach upwards, pulling upwards with the fingertips, lengthening through the spine. Draw that belly button inwards, so creating space and length in the body, feeling the stretch through the palms of your hands. And then as you exhale, just draw those hands in front of you, place the palms forwards. Take a nice deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, we're just going to pull back onto the left hand with the right. So feeling that stretch in your wrist, keeping that spine nice and long. Inhale here, exhale, release, palms face forwards. Take a nice deep inhale, so using those shoulders or shoulder blades, push the hands forwards, and then exhale, pulling back onto the right hand with the left. Pushing into the left hand with the right, feeling that stretch in your wrists. Take a nice deep inhale, and a nice complete exhale. And again, inhale, exhale, release, palms face forwards, lengthen through the fingers. Inhale, exhale, make fists with those hands. And then again, inhale, reach those fingers nice and long, feel the stretch in the palms of your hands. Exhale, making fists. One more time, inhale, reach. Exhale, making fists. This time, inhale, lengthen those fingers, reach the hands to the sky. And then bend through those elbows, cactus arms, push the shoulders, the elbows backwards, push the chest forwards. Maybe you want to take the gaze slightly upwards. Really open through that chest. Take a nice deep inhale. And a nice complete exhale. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. And then exhale, just melt those arms downwards. And then we're going to roll the shoulders backwards. And roll the shoulders forwards. Perfect. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, place those palms to the mat. And then we're just going to roll onto the knees, coming into our tabletop position. So wrists are under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips. We'll just warm up the spine. As we inhale, look upwards, arch through the spine. And then as you exhale, round through the spine, chin comes to the chest, push into the mat. And again, inhale, look up, arch the spine. Exhale, chin comes to the chest, round through that spine. 3 more times. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin comes to chest, draw the belly button inwards. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round through the spine, chin comes to chest, really push upwards with those shoulder blades. And then just come back into a neutral position. Perfect. Engage your core here. Tuck those toes under. And we're going to lift the hips to the sky, coming into our first downward facing dog of the practice. So in your downward facing dog, you're lifting your hips to the sky, gaze towards the belly button, melt the chest downwards so you can have a slight arch in your back here. It doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor, no worries. We want our hands and our feet to be in exactly the same position as they were when we were in our tabletop. And from here, you can walk through the dog, bend one knee, bend the other. Just bring some nice movement into the body. Whatever feels good for you today. Shake those hips from side to side. You can just roll the spine backwards and forwards. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. And take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, just walk the hands to the back of the mat to meet the feet. You can put a slight bend into those knees if that feels good. And you're just going to take hold of the opposite wrist with the opposite elbows with the hands. And we're just going to hang. So drop the crown of the head downward to face the mat.
And from here, you can rock from side to side, forwards and backwards, bringing length into that spine. Stretching out the back of the legs, creating space in the body. Perfect, just hang, no effort required. Just appreciating the stretch. Take one more nice deep inhale here. Exhale, melt the hands back down to the mat. And we're going to walk back forward into our downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. As we exhale, bend the knees, bring them down to hover above the mat. So it's like a hovering tabletop position. And then we're going to inhale, reach the hips to the sky. And then again, exhale, hover those knees to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips to the sky. This time we're going to add a little twist to that. So as you exhale, bring the knees slightly over to the left side of the mat, hover. And inhale, lift. Exhale, knees come slightly over to the right side of the mat, hover. And lift. Take a nice deep inhale here. And a nice complete exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend through those knees, and you can just walk those feet to the top of the mat this time. And exhale into your standing forward fold, bend those knees if that feels good. Inhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders as you get to the top. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. And then exhale, draw those hands together at heart center. Perfect. So we're just going to run through a few rounds of sun salutations, just to generate some heat and really warm up the body this morning. So inhale, reach the hands to the sky, gaze upwards. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. So we're going to build speed as we go. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the right, step the left foot back, or jump back into your high plank. Bend through the elbows, keep them nice and close to your chest. Lower yourself down through your chaturanga, or you can take knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. And exhale, send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend through the knees, walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Exhale in your standing forward fold. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, come into your halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the left, step the right foot back into your high plank or jump back. Bend through the elbows, lower yourself down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog on the back of the feet, the palms of the hands, hips are lifted, shoulders are away from the ears. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, step, walk or jump the feet back to the top of the mat. Exhale into that standing forward fold. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, come into that halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, bend through the elbows, lower yourself down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale in your standing forward fold. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky. 2 more times. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, take your halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, bend the elbows, lower yourself down through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, jump, step and walk to the top of the mat. Exhale in that standing forward fold. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, bend through the elbows, lower yourself down. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, step, jump and walk to the top of the mat. Exhale in that standing forward fold. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky, gaze upwards. Exhale, draw those hands together at heart center. Push those thumbs into the sternum, take a nice deep inhale here. And a nice complete exhale. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. Exhale, those arms come behind us, interlace the fingers, push the palms together. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, folds forwards, push the shoulders backwards, and push the hands towards the top of the mat. Crown of the head comes downwards, bend those knees if that feels good. Take a nice deep inhale here, and a nice complete exhale. One more nice big inhale, exhale, melt those hands down to the mat. We're going to straighten through our right leg, bend into the left knee. Inhale, reach the right hand to the sky, gaze upwards. Hold here, push that right shoulder backwards. If you need to use something to bring the floor up to you, then please do so. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, feeling that stretch in the back of your right leg. And again, inhale, exhale, melt that right hand down to the mat. Put a bend into the right knee, straighten through the left leg. Inhale, reach the left fingers to the sky, gaze upwards. Feel that stretch in the back of your left leg, push the left shoulder backwards. Inhale here. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Melt that left hand down to the mat. Inhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders when you get to the top. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, hands come together at heart center. From here, inhale, reach the hands to the sky, put a bend into the knees, come into your chair pose, arms are beside the ears, tuck the tailbone, lengthen through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards your mat. Inhale, come into your halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, bend through the elbows, lower yourself down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step that foot forward to the front of the mat. Ground through the left foot, the toes come to a 45-degree angle, 90-degree bend in the right knee. Raise the hands to the sky, coming into your warrior one. Virabhadrasana. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Make sure the right knee is over the right ankle. Don't let that knee drop inwards. Push it outwards. Hold here nice and strong in your warrior. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, exhale, place those palms to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Lower yourself down through your chaturanga. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step that foot forward to the front of the mat. Take the right foot to a 45-degree angle, ground through the foot. Try and make sure the left knee's over the left ankle as you reach the hand to the sky. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Arms are beside the ears, warrior one. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, exhale, place the palms to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right, high plank. Then through the elbows, lower yourself down through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Hold here for 5, 4, nice deep breaths, 3, 2, draw that belly button inwards, 1, inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Exhale in that standing forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the hands to the sky, chair pose, Utkatasana. Tuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, gaze towards the mat. Bend those knees if you need to. Inhale, come into your halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, bend through the elbows, keep them nice and close to your chest, lower yourself down. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog, make sure those shoulders are away from the ears. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Perfect. From here, inhale, reach that right leg to the sky, put a bend into that knee, open the hips to the right, send the heel over to the left, gaze through to the right. Open those hips, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, reach that leg to the sky. Exhale, step that foot through to the front of the mat. Ground through the left foot, those toes come to a 45-degree angle, raise the hands to the sky, warrior one. Inhale here, exhale, those hands come behind us, interlace the fingers, push the palms together. Take a nice deep inhale, push the shoulders back, push the chest forwards. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips. The crown of the head comes towards the mat, the chest comes to the inside of the right leg. Push those arms to the top of the mat. Humble warrior. So with each and every out breath, trying to push those arms a little bit closer to the top of the mat. Trying to reach the crown of the head a little bit further down. Hold and breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale, release those palms to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left high plank. Bend through the elbows. Lower yourself down through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide into your upward facing dog. Exhale, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Perfect. From here, inhale, reach that left leg to the sky, put a bend into the knee, take the hips over to the left, send the heel over to the right, gaze through the left arm. Breathe here, inhale, and exhale, and again, inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach that leg to the sky. Exhale, step that foot forward to the front of the mat. Ground through the right foot, those toes come to a 45-degree angle. Put that 90-degree bend in the left knee. Raise the hands to the sky beside the ears with the arms. Warrior one, hips square to the front of the mat. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, those arms come behind you, interlace the fingers, push the palms together. Take a nice deep inhale, push the chest forwards, the shoulders back, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards. The chest comes to the inside of the left leg, crown of the head points downwards towards the mat. Arms push forwards. Try and keep that 90-degree bend in the left leg, so that knee's over the ankle. And then again, with every exhale, trying to push those arms a little bit further forwards. Trying to melt the crown of the head a little bit closer to the mat. Inhale to create space. Exhale to sink into that space. And one more nice big inhale. Exhale, release the palms to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right high plank. And we'll take our flow, bend the elbows, lower yourself down through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Keep those elbows tight. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into your downward facing dog where we hold. Using your breath, so nice deep breaths for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, step, jump, or walk to the top of your mat. Exhale in that standing forward fold, bend the knees if you need to. As you inhale, put a bend into the knees, raise the hands to the sky, chair pose, Utkatasana. Tuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine, push the arms backwards beside the ears. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the legs, bring the hands together at heart center. Take a nice deep inhale. And a nice complete exhale. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. As you exhale, just hinge over to the right hand side. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge over to the left. Inhale, reach upwards. Exhale to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the left. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, melt those hands through to heart center. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, raise those hands to the sky, look up, take a slight back bend. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards your mat. Bend those knees if you need to. Take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, walk those hands around to the right hand side. Feeling that stretch more in the right leg. As you exhale, maybe you can reach those hands around a little further. Stay grounded through both feet. So try not to come up onto the toes of the left foot. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, walk those hands back to center. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, walk those hands over to the left as far as you can. Keep both feet grounded. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, maybe you can walk those hands a little further. And again, inhale. Exhale, release, come back to center. Inhale here. And exhale, melting into that forward fold. From here, we're just going to walk our feet as wide as the mat. Point those toes outwards if you need to, and just melt those hips downwards. Lift the hands, bring the hands together in prayer position. Push the elbows against the knees. Lengthen the chest, draw the crown of the head upwards as we come into our squat. So that spine is nice and long. We don't want to let the knees push the arms inwards. We don't want to round into the pose. So always thinking about creating space in the body. We don't want to be closed. To let energy in, we have to be open. So breathing in new positive energy, exhaling old stagnant energy. And take one more nice deep inhale. Exhale, place the palms to the mat. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, lift the hips to the sky. Crown of the head drops downwards. And then inhale, drop the hips down. Bring the palms into prayer position. And then exhale, drop the hands, lift the hips. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the hands. 2 more times. Exhale, drop the hands, lift the hips. Inhale, lift the hands, drop the hips. And 1 more time. Exhale, drop the hands, lift the hips, walk those feet inwards. And take that standing forward fold. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, stepping the right foot back, drop that knee down to the mat, untuck the toes. Sink into those hips, reach the hands to the sky, coming into our low lunge. So again, we want to make sure that the left knee's over the left ankle as we sink into those hips. Arms are beside the ears. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Push the chest forwards, push the shoulders, the elbows backwards. Nice inhale here. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. From here, inhale, reach the hands to the sky, tuck the right toes under, and then you're just going to try and push yourself up into your high lunge. If you need to come out and back into the pose, then please do so. Take a nice deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, you're going to pivot the right foot so it's grounded and the toes are facing to the long edge of the mat. Bring those arms downwards, so your left arm comes in front of you, your right arm goes behind. Gaze towards the left fingertips as we sink into our warrior 2. So making sure that that 90-degree bend is still in the left leg. Hips are square to the side of the mat here. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to hinge forwards. The left hand's going to come to the inside of the left leg and the right arm reaches upwards. Let's gaze upwards towards our right fingertips. And you can use the left arm to push into the left leg to open those hips. Hold here, inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, swing those arms back into your warrior two, lift the chest. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale strong in your warrior. And then on your next inhale, pivot back onto the ball of the right foot, raise the hands to the sky, high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, cactus arms. As you drop that right knee back down to the mat, untuck the toes. Coming back into our low lunge. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. And then exhale, place those palms to the mat. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, step the left foot back to meet the right in your high plank. Extend through those elbows. Let's lower ourselves down through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips to the sky. Take your downward facing dog. Perfect. Inhale here. Gaze towards the belly button. And exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step the right leg forward to the top of the mat. Drop the left knee to the mat, untuck the toes, raise the hands to the sky. We come into our low lunge on this side. So push down into the pose, feeling that stretch in your hips. Try and make sure that the right knee's over the right ankle so we don't want the knee to sink any further forwards. Holding here, inhale. And as you exhale, cactus those arms. Perfect. Take a nice deep inhale, push the chest forwards. And exhale. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, tuck the left toes, try and lift the left knee, push yourself up into your high lunge. Hold here, nice and strong in this pose. Try and make sure that that right knee is still at a 90-degree angle. And take one more nice deep inhale. As we exhale, pivot that right foot round so the toes come to face the long edge of the mat, that foot's grounded. The right arm comes out in front of us, the left arm goes behind. Keep that 90-degree bend in the right leg so the knees over the ankle, gaze towards the right fingertips. So this time the hips are square to the left side of the mat. If that right knee is dropping inwards, just push it outwards. It's an external rotation of the thigh. Hold here nice and strong in your warrior. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the right hand down to the mat, so to the inside of the right leg. Reach those left fingertips to the sky, so push that left shoulder backwards. And you can use your right arm to push against your right leg. Just to open those hips, making sure that that knee is still over that ankle. And just open that chest. So we don't want the chest to face downwards towards the mat. We want the chest to be nice and open and lifted. Hence pushing the left shoulder backwards will help with that. And just hold here, take a nice deep inhale. And a nice complete exhale. And on your next inhale, push back into your warrior two. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, pivot onto the ball of your left foot, raise the hands to the sky, come back into your high lunge. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, cactus arms. Lower that left knee to the mat, untuck the toes. Hold here in your low lunge, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. Exhale, place those palms to the mat, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, step the left foot forward to the front of the mat. And then we're just going to exhale into our standing forward fold. Perfect. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky. And exhale, let's bring those hands together at heart center. Take a nice deep inhale here. And a nice complete exhale. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. Exhale, put a bend into the knees. We're coming back into our chair pose. tuck the tailbone, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, exhale, draw those hands together at heart center. Take a nice deep inhale, and as we exhale, we're taking a twist to the right hand side. So our left elbow comes to our right thigh, and we're just going to try and push around, so look up and over that right shoulder to try and get those hands together at heart center. Perfect. Inhale here, and exhale. We're going to stay grounded through the right foot as we lift and come up onto our left toes and hold here. We're going to try and keep our balance, so we're going to try and lift that left foot off of the floor and kick it backwards to come into a twisted high lunge. If you need to come out of your chair and then into your lunge, then please do so. Perfect. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale and then exhale. Just come out of the twist, so bring those hands together at heart center. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, so reach those arms forwards. Take a nice deep inhale here, and then exhale, kicking that left foot off of the mat, we come into our warrior three. You can stay here with your arms out nice and long, or you can bring your hands together at heart center. So one straight line from the fingertips to the toes, or from the crown of the head to the toes. Hold here nice and strong in the right leg. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, step that left foot forward to meet the right at the top of the mat. Just shake out through those legs. Perfect. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. And exhale, draw those hands back down together at heart center. Push those thumbs into the sternum. Take a nice deep inhale. And a nice complete exhale. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, put a bend into those knees. Come into your chair pose. Tuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine. Arms are beside the ears. Inhale here. Exhale, draw those hands together at heart center. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, we're going to take a twist to the left this time. So the right elbow comes to the left thigh. Push into this pose to look up over the left shoulder. Try and get those hands together at heart center. Stay grounded through both feet at this moment. Take a nice deep inhale. And a nice complete exhale. And then we're going to stay grounded through that left foot. And we're going to come up onto the right toes. So try and catch your balance here. So bringing the weight into your left foot. Right toes. So the right heel is lifted. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, let's just try and kick that right foot back and come into our twisted high lunge. Perfect. Still gazing upwards, try and put a 90-degree bend into the left leg. Push into the pose. Inhale here. And then exhale, come up. So bring those hands together at heart center. Lift the chest. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale. Let's kick the right foot off of the mat. So those arms stay out nice and long. Or you bring the hands together at heart center. So wherever you are, either one straight line from the crown of the head to the toes, or from the fingers to the toes. Stay nice and strong through that left leg. Inhale here. And exhale, choose one point to focus on to help keep your balance. Use your breath to help you keep your balance. And just stay nice and strong in your warrior three. Take one more nice deep inhale. And exhale, bring the right leg up to meet the left at the top of your mat. And just shake through those legs if you need to. Perfect. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. And then as you exhale, we're just going to gaze, turn, twist around to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, gaze over to the left, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards that mat. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, sink back into that forward fold step or jump back into your high plank. Perfect. From here, we're going to lower ourselves down through our chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Perfect. So from here, what you're going to do is inhale, gaze forwards, bend those knees, and you can either step or jump your feet to the outside of your hands this time at the top of your mat. Perfect. Sink those hips downwards, so we're coming back into our yogi squat. So push those elbows into your knees, lift the chest, imagining a string on the crown of your head pulling you upwards. The spine is nice and long, the core is engaged. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, place the left hand to the mat, so we're pushing against our left leg with our left arm, and we're going to reach our right fingers to the sky, gaze upwards. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, melt that right hand downwards. Place the right hand to the mat, push into the right leg with the right arm, and inhale, reach the left fingers to the sky, gaze upwards towards those fingers. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, melt that arm back down to the mat. So we're going to take that as a little flow. So inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, release. One more to each side. Inhale to the right. Exhale, release. Inhale to the left. Exhale, release. Perfect. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, just drop back onto those sit bones. And take those legs out nice and long. Point those toes to the sky. Perfect. So from here, we're going to take a seated forward fold. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. As you exhale, gaze towards the toes. Try and keep those arms beside the ears. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards. So reach to wherever you can without dropping those arms downwards. And then take a nice big inhale. Exhale, keep the torso where it is. You can drop the hands. Maybe they come to your feet. Maybe they come to your shins. Maybe they just drop to the side of your legs, to your mat. And you can bend your knees here if you need to, so to bring that chest down to your thighs. Or you can, if you've got a strap or a band or something, you can wrap around your feet. You can use that too. So just working into this pose, take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, maybe you can melt a little bit deeper into the pose. So releasing any tension with every out breath. And again, with every in-breath, creating space in the body. For our exhale, we can sink into the space that we've created. So initially, our body goes to wherever it wants to go. And then we can use our breath to take it further. But just know that wherever you are today is exactly where you need to be. Don't try and push or force anything. And take one more nice deep inhale in this pose. And then exhale, let's release, bring it back to center. So roll those shoulders backwards as you get to the top. And then we're going to bring the sole of the right foot to the mat, hug that knee inwards. The left toes are still pointed towards the sky, so keep that focus as well in our left leg. And we're going to place our right hand behind us. Inhale, reach the left hand to the sky, gaze upwards towards those fingertips. And then as you exhale, we'll twist to the right, so you can either hug the right leg with your left arm, or you can bring the left arm to the outside of your right leg, gaze over your right shoulder. Draw that belly button in towards the spine, open through the chest, lengthen the spine. Crown of the head is drawn upwards. As you stay grounded through those sit bones, don't forget about those left toes. Point them upwards, flex the foot. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, maybe you can twist a little bit further. And again, inhale. And exhale, release up pose, come back to center. Take that right leg out nice and long. Put a bend into that left knee, bring the sole of the left foot to the mat. Pull that leg inwards. Place the left hand behind you. Inhale, reach the right fingers to the sky, gaze upwards. And then as you exhale, take that twist. So you can either hug the left leg with the right arm, or you can bring the right arm to the outside of the left leg. Draw the belly button inwards, lengthen the spine, open the chest. Don't forget about those right toes. Push the right toes up towards the sky. Flex that foot. Gazing over the left shoulder, take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, maybe you can take it a little bit further. Holding here and breathing. Feeling that twist in your spine. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, release, come back to center. Take that left leg out nice and long. Perfect. From here, inhale, reach those hands forwards towards the toes. And then as you exhale, we're just going to roll back one vertebrae at a time down through the spine. Nice and slowly. And then when you get to here, just bring the soles of the feet down, soles of the feet to the mat. And we're going to place the right ankle onto the left thigh. So from here, you can either just push that right leg backwards, so away from you, or you can interlace your fingers in behind your left thigh or in front of your left shin bone for a deeper stretch. So we're pulling the left leg in and we're pushing the right knee outwards. Flex those feet to protect the knees and hold here in your reclined pigeon or your figure four stretch. Feeling that stretch in your hips, that stretch in your glutes. Probably wherever is tightest is where you'll feel it the most. And just hold here, appreciating this pose. Nice, take one more nice big inhale. And exhale, release the left foot back down to the mat. Release the left leg, the right leg from the left, and we'll swap sides. So let's place the left ankle onto the right thigh. You can either just stay here and just use your left hand to push the left leg away from you, or you can interlace those fingers behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin bone for a deeper stretch. Pull that leg inwards, push the knee backwards, flex those feet to protect the knees. Take a nice deep inhale, exhale. Sink a little bit deeper, so pull that leg in a bit further with each exhale. Feel that stretch in your hips, in your glute. And just hold here. And take one more nice deep inhale. And exhale, release. And then just bring those feet as wide as the mat, so keep a bend into the knees. And then we're just going to windshield wiper those legs. So take those legs from side to side, feeling a little twist in your spine. Perfect. And then when you're ready, just hug those knees into your chest. And just rock from side to side, forwards and backwards. Feeling that stretch in your lower spine. And then we're just going to take one last inversion here. So you can take this to varying different levels. So you can either just reach those legs upwards towards the sky, flex the feet, and then you can just take your hands to wherever you want to. So maybe you take them behind your thighs, maybe they can come to your calves, maybe they can reach up towards your toes. Just feel that stretch in the back of your leg here as you take your legs above your heart. So it's an inversion. You can either just stay there, or maybe you want to take your shoulders down. So if you want to take your shoulders down, just gently roll up, Come onto your shoulders, lift the legs up towards the sky, point the toes, and you can bring the hands behind your back, or maybe you can manage without. And then if you like, you can take that into a plow, so you can bring those legs behind your head if you want to. Just take that pose to whatever you wish. And if you want to come out of that pose, you can just hug those knees back into the chest, or take whatever other pose you might like here just to finish the practice. So from here, you can either stay in your inversion or just gently come out of it. And then just hug the knees back into your chest. So whenever you're ready. And then from here, you can either just stay here in your little ball, rocking backwards and forwards, side to side, massaging the abdomen, massaging the spine, or just take any other pose. So maybe you might want to take a happy baby. So take hold of the edges of your feet, pull those knees in towards your armpits. From here again, you can rock from side to side, forwards and backwards, straighten one leg, straighten the other leg, whatever feels good for you today. And just take a few moments in whichever pose you've chosen. And then when you're ready, absolutely no hurry at all. You're just going to take your legs out nice and long. And rest your arms by your side with your palms facing upwards. And just let yourself melt into your mat. So close those eyes. Take one more nice big inhale. And just take a nice releasing exhale. As you exhale, just feeling your body sinking into the ground. And then from here, just return to a normal breathing pattern. Noticing how your breath feels, but not trying to change it. And in this moment, any thoughts that come, just let them come and let them go. And as you rest in your Shavasana, your final resting pose, just feel that energy that you've created running through your body from your head to your toes. Appreciating all of your efforts. Let your fingers sink into the mat. Open up the palms of your hands. Let those feet drop out to the side. Notice any tension that you're holding in your face, particularly your jaw. And just let it go. And just notice any areas of tension that you're still holding in your body. And as you relax further, just feel that tension melting away. And you can either stay here in your Shavasana for a little bit longer. I encourage you to do so. If you'd like to finish your practice with me here today, then just start to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. So wriggle those fingers, wriggle the toes, and gently rock the head from side to side. And then just hug those knees into the chest. From here, we're going to roll ourselves over onto our right hand side. Rest your head in your hand just for a moment. And then from here, with your eyes still closed, just gently push yourself up into your comfortable seated position. So how we started our practice today. You can either just rest your hands onto your knees, place one hand on top of the other at heart center, or take your Namaste Mudra, bring those hands together in prayer position. Bow the chin downwards towards the chest. And just be still for a moment here.
And just take a moment to acknowledge yourself, acknowledge your practice, all of the benefits that it brings, and the importance of giving yourself time to be still, time to be present, time to be less busy. And take one more nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, gently lift the head and blink the eyes open with a nice big Sunday morning smile. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all again very soon. Namaste.